Hello, everyone. This is Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire, and we are at Maverick Mondays. So we're going to be talking to you about what it is to create time. That's right, time. Do you value time? Do you know what time is worth to you? Do you know what it's all about? That's the subject for today. Hey, Kim, welcome here. And this is Maverick Mondays, and this is where we talk about how to do things different, how to do things unconventional, and how to really get control of your life by looking at things just a little bit differently than you normally would. And we want to talk about time. Are you paying attention to the time that you have? Are you paying attention to how you're utilizing your time? And the one piece that I am really aware of is, are you valuing every moment that you have by paying attention to what you are worth? What's time worth for you? Talk to me, everyone. Let me know. See, here's what we're really discussing here. There's a story of Picasso. Picasso, famous artist, and he draws a painting, and he's in front of a crowd, and he draws a painting and hands it to the person that contracted him to draw it. And it took him about 3 minutes to draw the painting, and he hands the painting to the guy and says $5,000. $5,000? Are you? That's outrageous. It only took you 3 minutes to do this. He said, it took me 3 minutes to express it. It's taken me a lifetime to do it. You see, Picasso understood the value of his time. What's the value of yours? What are you worth? I had a discussion recently about having a personal assistant, hiring one. And the question came up, well, what would I do? What would I delegate to the person? And why would I bother delegating these tasks to them? I could do it myself. I can make it happen. What do you think? What would you delegate to your personal assistant? I know I delegate everything to my personal assistant. And I began to realize the value of time many years ago. And understood the concept of what its time is worth. You see, for most of you, Eric, welcome on board. Maverick Mondays, and we're talking about how to do it different, and we're talking about your time. What would you do with an extra hour in your day? What's that hour worth to you? See, many people talk about the value of their time, only they never quite calculate it. They never process it. For all of you that are, let's say you're making $100,000 in your life, how much does that mean for your work? How much does that mean for the value of your time? Well, $100,000, when we calculate it, let's say you have a couple weeks off for vacation. Let's say that you're working 40 hours a week. That $100,000 would equate to $50 an hour is what you're getting paid for your time. So, as logic would have it, if you're working for 50 hours, $50 an hour, you should be able to delegate, and you should delegate everything that's valued at less than $50 an hour because it's not worth your time. Anything that you're spending time on, realize that you're spending at least $50 an hour for your time. And frankly, my personal time is so valuable. I take what I normally would make in my professional life, and I double it. And that's how much I value it in my personal life. So let's just say that you're making $250,000 for your annual income. How much would that be? Now you're talking about somewhere around, $125 an hour. $125 an hour for a $250,000 a year position. That starts getting pretty hefty. You're making $1 million a year. That's $500 an hour. Start getting the idea of what I'm talking about. So most of us have done this mathematics, have talked about this, and we are considering, well, I'm worth anywhere from 200, 300, 400, maybe even $500 an hour. Then that means that I should be letting go of all the tasks that would cost me less than that to hire someone else to do the job. And that's a really good start. So I started off talking about hiring a personal assistant. And a personal assistant, you should delegate out all those things that, well, your emails and your processing of your appointments, your calendar. You should be, all your errands you could delegate, all your accounting, maybe your actual books of keeping your banking records, etc. Delegate. All these components are things that you could delegate, that the person that you delegate to would be paid less than your annual hourly rate. And so you can afford to do that. That's the whole key here. Let me take this one step further. And for all of you, comment. I will respond to all the comments that come in here, every single one of them, because I know it is worth my time to connect with all of you. So absolutely comment below. Let's share this information and let's really get a clear conversation going around this. What do you delegate? What do you spend your time delegating? Tina, how you been? Long time no talk. We've got to catch up. Absolutely. What do you, Tina, and welcome to the conversation. What do you delegate? What do you delegate? Maybe you've got a personal assistant. Maybe you got other people that you can give tasks to. What do you delegate? Or for those of you that, well, kind of just figuring this conversation out, what could you delegate that you're currently doing now that is costing you money? That's right. Time is money. It's costing you money to be holding on to that task. What could you be delegating? Share with me. Maybe you're delegating doing errands, or maybe you're still holding on to that task. Maybe you could delegate doing your laundry and send it out to be dropped right at your doorstep to make it happen. How about this? Delegate my social media. Excellent option. Delegate all the posting, putting together the posts, posting them online so that they're done. What else would you delegate? Share with me. I know I started with a personal assistant many years ago, and I shared this story recently, and they're like, this was so valuable for you to tell me this. When I first hired my first personal assistant, I was like many of you. I had no idea what to do with them. They just sat there. They sat there next to me and watched me do my work. Every so often I would say, hey, here it is. This is what I want you to do. I get to delegate something to you. Man, I was so thankful. I delegated something to them. Now I could be free, and they were going to make it all happen. And then 15, 20 minutes later, they're like, well, what else do you want next? I thought that thing I was delegating to them was going to take them all day, and it ended up taking them 20 minutes, half an hour, maybe an hour. And then they were back in my face saying, hey, now what? What should I do next, boss? Absolutely. Just go through that process. Hire them even when you're not sure what to delegate to yet. You will find things to delegate to them, and you will grow into the role of being a person who has a personal assistant by your side. Dare to grow into it. It is worth you to have them sitting there wasting their time. It is worth and valuable for you to have that, so you can grow into this to save yourself tens of thousands of hours of time over your lifetime. This is key. I have a writer. I don't like you don't like to write. I'm glad. So the writer you like, but you just don't like to write. Got it. Let someone else handle phone calls. Absolutely. Let someone else even handle dialing the phone numbers. Let someone else handle your appointments and getting them done for you. All these are key components that I've let go long ago. And now it's saved me so much more time. A couple other things that I want to bring into this discussion. So we're talking about what to delegate to others and what to let go. Hey, honey, welcome aboard. My wife just joined. I figured I'd say hi. I love you, honey. Absolutely delegate. And here's key. How about how much time it takes you to make decisions? It's almost the same equation. So here you are, you're worth $50, $100, $150, $200 an hour. And then you spend half an hour online to get a free product that's worth maybe 20 bucks. Does that make sense? And yet we do it every day. Oh, no. I'm not going to spend the money to take a cab. I'll just walk. And yet the cab would take you so much less time to pay for that cab and to get there. Again, your time is spent frivolously while you hold on to your money, and yet your time is the one commodity. It's the one commodity in your life that you never get back. It's the one commodity that is the most valuable commodity you ever own. It is the asset that you should cherish. And it's what so few do. And it's what makes the difference between the people that become highly successful and the people that don't. Is highly successful people learn the difference. They learn to discern that time is money, that their time is valuable, and they learn how to protect their time so that they can use it effectively for themselves, for their family, for their community, for their society, versus throwing it away, wasting it, if you will. Do you know how much your time is worth? Hey, honey, I love you too. Absolutely. Value your time. What's your time worth? How much time do you spend making decisions, for instance? How much time do you spend just thinking and about what to do next, when the action of doing is what's important? How much time do you spend, contemplating what's going to happen, contemplating what's next in your life? I want to encourage you, and with all of this, hey, Sharon, welcome. Looking forward to catching up with you. I've been thinking about you, wanted to definitely touch base, see how you're doing since the event. So everyone, I'm not going to spend a lot of time here because I know how much time is worth for all of us. I wanted to get on here and absolutely have all of you contemplate how much your time is worth. How much are you getting paid for your time, A, and then how much are you wasting your time, thus spending the time frivolously, not valuing what you have, the asset that's in front of you? Pay attention to these equations so that when you want to step up your game, you want to be making more per hour, you must let go of the things that you're doing that are not worth that amount of money. So are you doing things? I had a real estate investor years ago that, man, they insisted on doing the work on the real estate property themselves rather than delegating it out. Although they made tens of thousands of dollars in every deal, putting together the deal, they insisted that doing the $10 or $20 or $30 an hour work, labor work on the property was important for them to do because they were saving money. Imagine they just went out and instead of spending the day painting the property, which probably would have cost them an extra $400 or $500 to delegate to somebody else, they found another deal where they would have made tens of thousands of dollars. Which do you think would have been a better value for their time, a better return on investment? Pay attention to these equations. They are what make the difference in your life. And they are what create a really important, valuable life. You see, I value my personal time more than my professional time. I value how I spend it because I know that's worth even more. And so when I get to have an extra half hour in my day, when I get to have a couple hours just to hang with my family, I realize I'll spend thousands of dollars to somebody else to give me that freedom in my day. What are you doing to create your freedom? What are you doing to create the abundance in your life? What are you doing to actually grab hold of your life, take control of it so that it really means that it's yours, so that you really know it's yours? See, all this has to do with the conversation around time. It's a conversation that so few people have. And it's the most important because, like I said, it's the only asset we have that we can never get back once it's spent. It's the only asset that we have that is absolutely irreplaceable. It is the asset for you to take advantage of, to be clear with how much it's worth, and to be really powerful in how you spend it. This is Maverick Mondays, and I want to tell you, absolutely comment below, continue to share, continue to talk about this. I want to know what you have to delegate or what you already have delegated to a personal assistant. Let's share this information so that everybody can get more powerful with how they spend their time, their energy, their money. So share that information below. We will be talking about this more and more and more as the days go on, all during this week, as the comments continue. So share that major, all that information. And thank you so much for being here. This is an absolute pleasure to come here and spend a little bit of time with all of you in getting clear with what's most powerful for all of us and how to live life a little bit differently to create a massive abundance in our world. Till next time, everyone, this is Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire, and I look forward to seeing all of you real soon. Take care now.